Hello folks, welcome to lesson 6. This week we are continuing with the thinking about the other unit, and more specifically our topic for the week is uncovering the other through triangulation. Now you'll read that in the weekly introduction, which gives a lowdown of the outcomes for the week, lesson instructions, objectives, things like that, all the normal stuff that's in these introductions. But you'll learn more about triangulation itself by following the link in the prepare document. There's a presentation that deals with triangulation. We'll explain what triangulation is, and it will give pointers on how to use triangulation in your research. Now this is an important principle to learn, because it allows you to take different perspectives to locate or to better understand, to better place your research subject within context, to understand it from a few different ways. So pay close attention to this triangulation presentation, and if you have questions about anything in that, please feel free to let me know, because this week you'll also be filling out a triangulation diagram. Now, once you've viewed the presentation, then you'll click on this link, and it should open a docx file, a Microsoft Word file that looks like this. We'll open that up for you, and what you'll need to do is just insert the interviewee's name here, the main point, and then you'll look for another perspective. It doesn't necessarily have to be an interview with another person. It can be some primary or secondary research that you've done, reading in a book or an article about a topic that comes up perhaps, or the thing that the characteristic that you want to focus on in your research subject. So it doesn't have to be an interview. It can be some other kind of research, but you'll need to put your interviewee's name here, and then the other two perspectives will come in here. It can be an interview again, but it does not have to be an interview with someone in by interview I mean an interview with someone in the interviewee's life, someone who knows them, or something like that. But again, I'm going to say it again, it doesn't have to be an interview. You can pick another research avenue, and then you'll put your essay's main point in here. So that is what the triangulation diagram looks like, and you've got more directions on that here. I trust that you can read them. So that's focus for the week. There's also an example of triangulation of a good profile essay written by William Zinsser. We've read something from Zinsser before, so we're going to be taking up something from him again. If you'll remember what he wrote, it was about simplicity, but this week he talks about in this essay rather, he talks about getting a portrait painted by his cousin, I believe it is. So that's the article that you'll be reading for the week. The essay it uses the process of triangulation, and it also is a pretty good essay about a good example of a profile. So that's a good essay for you to be reading this week. So that's what you'll be doing for the prepare. Then we'll have the discussions, which will be led by our discussion leaders this week. They'll have those up by Tuesday at noon. And also I wanted to point out that it's come time for midterms. We'll have a midterm conference. I should have put conference in quotation marks there. But there's some directions here. When you click on that link, it will open up this Google Doc that gives you some directions about what you can do to complete the midterm conference, which includes, you can either do it via email or via phone. You can choose one of these options. You need only choose or carry out one of them. You don't have to do both, but just read through the directions here and then carry that out by the end of lesson 7. So that's really, that's everything we've got on the agenda for the week. Is the reading, presentation, the discussions, the triangulation diagram, signing up for a midterm conference, and of course continuing or beginning work on your profile essays, which we will be workshopping next week during lesson 7 from Monday to Wednesday of next week. So you'll need to have a draft due or ready to be posted in your workshop by next Monday. Now that's everything I've got for you now. If you have questions, please feel free to let me know. My inbox is always open.